Hi, you guys. I'm so excited that you're here today, and we are in for another amazing interview. Today. I'm interviewing Katie Cox, who is a social media manager who helps notaries, which is great for you. So I can't wait for you to meet her. She's absolutely delightful, and you're going to love her and the offer she's bringing with her. So if you're ready, we're all ready. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's video. I'm super excited because I am interviewing somebody who's really in her job is really important to all of us in the industry when it comes to social media. To introduce her, I reached out to her mom, who happens to be Jen Neitzel. Jen and I did an interview on this channel. I will link that down below. But this person, Katie, is Jen's daughter, and I asked her if she wanted to write the intro for her today. So that is the intro I'm going to be reading. So get ready, Katie, because this one's
I'm nervous.
Okay, from Jen Neitzel. I'm obviously a very proud mom, and I'm excited to share some insight into marketing for notaries, social media manager, and my firstborn child, Katie Cox. Katie was born sassy. She instinctively knew from a very young age how to get what she wanted and not put up with any kind of nonsense. I used to joke when she was little that she would rule the world one day. My bestie and I have always called her a firecracker because she is fierce, but that also includes how she loves her family and her friends. She's smart, funny, and beautiful, and these are just some of the few of the words I use to describe her. Katie's able to see all angles of a situation, so I've always felt very confident about her decision-making abilities. In fact, I've often used her internal gauge of people's character when mine was a little bit cloudy. I began my search for help with my social media accounts almost a year ago. I spoke with everyone from the big 5,000 a month firms to individuals that charge $20 an hour at Fiverr and everyone in between. I wasn't able to connect with anyone, which I feel is important if someone is going to be representing me on social media. I was voicing my frustrations to Katie when she reminded me that she has been trying to give me ideas for my accounts for years. She asked for a shot to manage my accounts, and honestly, I was frustrated with the entire process, so I told her she could give it a try. I learned a valuable lesson that day. Sometimes the kids are smarter than the parents. Since taking over my social media accounts, Katie has made a huge impact. All the analytics from Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn are up, and in a big way. In fact, she's increased my website clicks by over 2,000%. Wow. Following in her old mom's footsteps, Katie's dream is to be an entrepreneur and have her own social media management company. I'm supporting this dream by introducing her to the notary community and guiding her on creating programs that are effective and affordable for notaries across the country. The offers she has created for the notary community are on trend and budget friendly without skimping on design. That is an introduction.
That is an introduction.
From a
I
mom.
almost cried.
She's
In the beginning, I was like, why would she not read me this before?
I know, I'm sorry. It is emotional. I really expected her to give me kind of the same thing that's in your bio on marketing for notaries. But when she just went into the whole mom thing, I was like, wow, that's
I
not
know,
that's
that's
the
so
negative
sweet.
Katie.
I know. I love her.
Well,
Well,
thanks
thank
for being
you.
here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
I know, and I know this is not something you do on a regular basis, and so I'm really grateful that you're willing to sit down and kind of hash it out with me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm excited trying something new.
Awesome. Well, Katie, before we get into your amazing business, I want to ask you about how you found yourself. I think we already answered this in your intro, but how did you find yourself working as a social media manager, and what led you to that role?
So, some social media is something I grew up with. I literally remember begging my mom for a MySpace account when it first came out. Like social media is just something I've watched evolve from the very beginning. but I've always seen people being influencers and this and that, and that's just not what I wanted. But social media was something I always had an interest in. It's always around me. So when I started making graphics for marketing for notaries, I was doing just the monthly marketing calendar for marketing for notaries and making graphics for her. And eventually, like she said, I was like, hey, maybe you should let me take on a little more. And then when she agreed to it, I went in on research, went crazy, and started applying all my research to her account. And I watched it, it was successful and it worked. So I just kept going, and the rest is history.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that most entrepreneurs, I'm going to tell you this as an entrepreneur myself and knowing hundreds of them, specifically in the notary world, that is where it starts. That's
Right.
the organic way that starts. You're interested in something, you go to help somebody, and then you realize I love doing this. And so that's how entrepreneurism starts. For I don't know anybody who it doesn't start for that way. So
Right.
you're already on the right foot for going off
Yeah.
and off on this.
Good. I
So that's
just felt like something clicked in my brain, and I had never had that. Like, it was like a aha moment. Like,
yeah.
oh, wait, I can do this.
Yeah, very cool. Well,
Yeah.
what did you learn in the early stages of your business doing social media marketing for notaries? Which again, if you guys don't know what that is, that's Jen Neitzel's um, course platform for helping notaries with their marketing. So
So I learned everything, everything, everything. I started, like I said, doing the graphics just for a monthly content calendar that she would post. And then it just slowly snowballed into taking on more and more responsibility. And once I started really getting into the research on how to schedule posts and stories and track analytics and read analytics, because it's honestly kind of confusing. It looks like just a bunch of
right,
numbers and graphs and stuff. So when I finally learned how to actually understand that, and I saw that my what I was doing was working, I was really able to freely post on there, use my ideas, and apply my knowledge to her account. And it was amazing. We have a really amazing partnership. And I'm just so thankful that she trusts me to kind of take over social media and
well, and
my life.
I think it's important that you learn as you go because, well, one, social media is not stagnant, right? It changes. I mean, it can change day to day sometimes. So making sure that you're constantly staying educated about what's happening around you must really play into what's working for you in your position right now, working with your mom.
100%. I use every platform I can: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Google, to learn, to apply different things. There's so many things to learn about social media. Like you said, it never ever is stagnant. It
Yeah,
changes all the time. And so it's so nice to be able to have something that's constantly moving and
moving.
growing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How important do you think that it is that notary business owners have just social media profiles, basically?
I think it is one of the most important things that a business owner, a notary business owner can do. This day and age, 90% of people, I would say, are looking you up on social media, whether that's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I think that's where innately people don't go to Google really first anymore to Google you or to look you up. They're going to go to that social media because they
Right.
know they can find you.
Right. Do you think social media marketing is required? Is a required part of any business nowadays, including notaries?
100%. 61% of the entire world is on social media. That is like billions and billions of people that you can market yourself to, that would you could never just on a day-to-day basis. You have the ability for people to reach you at a click of a button. And I think that's something that business owners should take advantage of. And the sooner you get your brand message and opportunities out there, the better your social media is and the more it'll grow.
Right. Well, the ages and skills specifically of notaries range from the baby boomers generation to Generation Z. Do you think social media marketing skills are something all generations can learn or should learn? Or do you think some generations of people should hire out? Or what do you think?
I think if you have that desire and drive to learn on your own, then by all means, I think it's 100% attainable for you to learn on your own. However, it is something, like we said earlier, that's not stagnant. So it's so time consuming to be researching algorithms and
Is
trends and how. I mean, you could be posting the trendiest video, but the algorithm is your something in your algorithms off, like hashtags aren't right or something like that, and it doesn't get pushed up as much as this other video, so it's just constantly changing. And I think it's smart for a business owner to hire out someone who has the time, and that's their job, to research into social media. So I
right.
think it's a beneficial partnership for a business owner to kind of, even though it's scary, relinquish a little bit of that control to someone else. And especially the older generations that haven't had social media in their
Right.
lives and don't reach for it first, I think it's really beneficial for their business.
Well, now I'm going to tell you, and I'm 45, and so I'm a Gen Xer, right?
Hmm.
Um, I've been handling my own social media from the beginning. I built my own website. That's kind of our generation's thing. However,
Yes.
the minute, the minute I feel like I'm making enough money that I can relinquish social media, I will relinquish all of it. I
Right.
think that you're making a major point here. When you're in, here's the thing: notaries specifically will create 100% create images that talk about their notary business, and that's it, not
Mhm.
anything else that can bring people in, just their notary business, over and over and over again on the same schedule, on the same platform, over and over and over again. And without having done research, which I have done, so I know that you can't just be doing one thing at a time in one place at a time, you're going to find that you're doing all this work with no results, because you
Right.
have the time that a social media manager like you has to stay on top of trends, stay on top of marketing trends, stay on top of social media trends, stay on top of that stuff. So when implementing your information into social media, that big part of the job is done. And I think that
Right.
people don't think about, when we're thinking about how much something costs to the value of our time. That's the big sell here, right? Is we get,
Right.
God, if I gave over my social media, Katie, a month worth of time every quarter, probably
Yes.
I would get
Yes.
back.
That's
So,
exactly what my mom was saying. She was like, it is the best. I like not having to worry about it following just your instructions, because everything obviously is written out in a
mhm,
calendar. So all she has to do is look at a calendar and know what's going to be posted for that day. And it's just takes a huge burden off of business owners. That's basically what my job is.
yeah, I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get back into your. I'm gonna go on a spiel. There are still people in the business world who say that social media and social media marketing campaigns are not as effective as classic door to door or paper marketing campaigns. What are your thoughts about that?
I will never knock the traditional door to door paper marketing campaigns. That's how business has been ran forever.
Yeah.
So I can never knock that. But I think social media is just another added bonus to market your business. And if you're doing it yourself, it's free. So
Hmm.
why wouldn't business owners take every opportunity they can to market their business and potentially reach way more clients they could door
100%.
to door in paper marketing? Like I said, 61% of the world is on social media. Literally anyone can
We
see
should
your content.
we should just put that figure up on the video, because
Yeah,
1% of the world,
world. That's like,
huge number of
I
people.
was going to type out the number when I Googled it, and I was going to type out the number, and I was like, I don't even know if I could read off this
How
number.
many
It's
zeros
so
go with
many
that? Yeah.
people. It's like billions of people.
Yeah, I
So
love
it's just
that.
the reach that you have it's really endless.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
what's your favorite thing about social media marketing?
Everything. I it's like a puzzle in a way. I get to be creative, collaborative with like-minded business people. I'm constantly learning. I'm on my toes. I get to make cute graphics and do this and do that, but I also get to track the success through analytics. And it's like, is this working or is this not? And I have that definite answer with the analytics. So
Mhm.
it's nice that not only can I be creative and have this fun side, but I can also get that validation like it's working. My creativity is working. And
Yeah.
I think that's like something that's super rewarding for me.
Like an immediate report card, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Like the next day I get to look, or the next week I get to check all the posts that I did, or the next month, and
Mhm.
like, oh, cool, like that post did really well, or like that video I thought that wasn't gonna do really well actually did really well. I wonder why.
Right.
So it's a puzzle and instant gratification,
I love
the
it.
two best things.
I love it. Um, how do you think social media marketing can boost notaries businesses? We understand that social media is important and social media marketing is important, but how can that affect a notary's business, do you think?
So I think, like we said before, reaching new audiences, but it also gives you a way to showcase your different services that you offer, your different specialties as a notary. You get to show off your personality to people. And when people feel like they know you and they
Mhm.
trust you, I would say they're 100% more likely to work with you.
Yeah.
So if someone goes on their social media, like for instance, marketing for notaries, not only are we posting, of course, business oriented stuff, but we're
Right.
also doing notary kitchen and like just
Love
little stuff to show her personality and show, she's hilarious. Let's show it. And people
that.
will be way more likely to work with her and want and choose her over the competition
Yeah.
that didn't have that social media.
I agree with you. I
Yeah.
think showing your personality is probably the biggest part of that.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of notaries who are so adamant that and I love that you brought up Notary Kitchen. Okay, because here's the thing. A lot of notaries think that their business and their personal lives have to be separate. And I think in this day and age that we're in, that could be farther from the truth. I think it
100%.
humanizes you when you show your dogs, when you show your husband, when you show what's in your trunk of your car, of your notary business.
Yes.
You're fitting groceries in back there with all the other stuff that's back there. That's funny. It's real life. It's true. And it takes how long to pull something like that together? In real
Right.
life, it doesn't, but it endears you to people.
Yeah, and it seems silly at
Mhm.
first, and I know she was like, "What?" But I mean, the most popular videos nowadays are "Day in my life," "Get ready with me," this, and why? It's because it's a relatable, approachable thing, and that's what
Yeah.
people are gravitated towards. They like
Oh,
relatability. They
yeah.
like, oh, this person's struggling like me, like carrying all your stuff and whatever, like whatever daily struggles you go through as a
Yep.
business owner, everyone loves to see something and be like, oh, I'm not the only one, thank God.
Yeah.
Like at least I'm not the only one, you
I know.
know?
I've been thinking about doing a video about the migration, not the migration, what's the journey of the notary bag for JKC Mobile Notary. In I'm
Yes.
going into my 4th year as a notary. Let me tell you, girl, they're all around. I mean, I have been through so many
I
bags.
love that
I think it would
idea.
be a kind of funny video to show all the different bags. And I'm now this old lady with a roller briefcase, and I love it more than anything on the planet. But all my stylish, I have a beautiful red leather. I mean, girl,
I
but
love that idea. I really do love that video idea. I'm like, I'm about to write that down.
write it
It's a good
down. But
idea.
I've
What's in my
been
notary
thinking
bag?
about pulling it together because yeah, it's just about the and as notaries and the people that are watching this are mostly going to be notaries. Um, we do a lot of the same things. We have a lot of the same struggles. We have a lot of the same. I before I was a notary, I used to watch Bill Soroka drive around in his car to notary appointments on YouTube, and it
Yes.
was inspiring. Imagining
Hmm.
myself in that role in that car and those appointments and how I would do things. And I think that depending on your audience, right? That's the other thing. We didn't talk about this, but you're doing marketing for your mom and her audience is notaries,
Hmm.
right? When you're doing social media marketing, it's really important to know your audience. So
Hmm.
you're not feeding notaries, you're feeding. My market is notaries too. So
Exactly.
that's why my notary bags didn't
Exactly.
make sense. But right. So
That was my next thing.
yeah,
Market to your clients.
market to your clients.
Yeah, it's something that I do see so often because of course, like it's easier to relate to other notaries.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nothing wrong with that content at all. I think it's fun, it's silly, but you also really want to keep your clients in the forefront of your mind when you're
Right.
creating and thinking about content and like, what will my client relate to?
That's right. Because
Yeah,
notaries aren't going to pay your bills.
right.
It's
Yes,
not. And I
exactly.
learned that really early
Hmm.
because notaries were following me, right? Everywhere they were following me. And so I started talking to them in my blogs and talking to them in my YouTube channel and talking to them on social media. I learned that I have two formats where I talk to notaries, my blog and my YouTube channel. Everything else is for my business because I'm still a working
Right.
notary, right? You can do that. You can diversify when you're doing different things. You can diversify your social media marketing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
100%. a
Awesome.
100%.
Awesome. Well, I'm asking everybody this last question this year in my interviews. And though you're not a notary necessarily
No.
in the world of notaries, except for in your marketing capacity, still as a social media marketing manager, if you could give one piece of advice to notaries today, what would that be?
Well, my tip was to market to your clients and not to other notaries. So you
Sign up for
literally read my mind.
that.
But like we were saying earlier, it's just so important to keep the other notaries. I think it's what we were going back to saying earlier of that gratification. Of course, if you post something that other notaries are can relate to, you're gonna get more likes, more interactions, more this, everything because they're supporting you, your business, they understand.
That's
But
right.
when you're posting stuff for your clients, it may not do as good as
Right.
with engagement and all that, but you're marketing to your clients. So I think it's good to mix it up, but I think you really want to make sure you're marketing to who your services are for any business.
Yeah. 100%. That's great
Hmm.
advice. Again, it's great advice. Yeah. Well,
You read
before
my
we,
mind.
I know, I'm sorry. Before we wrap, is there anything that you want to share, or anything that you're offering for, because you are a social media manager, you do work for marketing for notaries, but do, you're offering your services to other notaries and other businesses. So is there anything you'd like to share, like offers,
Yes.
specials?
So I'm taking on new clients, and I recognize that investing in social media management is a concept that is new to a lot of people,
Mhm.
kind of scary to a lot of people. Relinquishing that control is a little intimidating. And I know most firms and stuff will use just a flat monthly rate, no wiggle room, whatever. And so I want my clients to feel like they're in control and they have a say in how much they're spending every month on a social media manager, because at the end of the day, I don't know how much your business is making and everyone's business is different.
Yeah,
Everyone needs
that's
different
right.
things.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone needs something different. So instead of doing a flat rate, I'm going to do it by hourly rates and by length of contract.
Okay.
So for instance, if you sign a 12-month contract, your hourly rate would be $25 an hour, and then you and I can collaborate, or whoever the client would be, we will collaborate on what they want out of social media and what they need, how much they need me, and we'll do that as their monthly rate. So we'll kind of collaborate together, come up with a number that they're comfortable with spending,
Mhm.
and just determine, depending on the length of the contract, we have a 12, 6, and 3-month contract.
Oh, okay.
Just depending on that length of contract is how much your hourly rate would be. So the
Gotcha.
6-month contract will go for $30 an hour, 3-month contract, $40 an hour, 12-month contract,
$20 an hour
25 an hour.
or 25 an hour.
So the
Gotcha.
longer you sign,
The
the
less
more
you
you'll
are.
get out of me basically,
That's
because the less it is hourly.
gotcha.
And so this offer is only for Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook and Twitter. TikTok, YouTube are going to be different things just because it's long form video content and it's
Absolutely.
time consuming, as
It
I'm
is.
sure you know. I'm sure you know.
It is.
YouTube videos and real, like not reels, but YouTube videos,
Yeah,
long form video content, it takes a while.
it does.
So that offers just for you, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Did I miss one?
Uh, Twitter.
Twitter,
Yeah.
yes. Or X, sorry, X.
Is that the name of it now? I'm not even on Twitter, so.
I'm not either. I forget the name of Twitter,
Yeah.
but I know some people love Twitter, so,
Yeah.
or X. Yeah, it is called
Okay.
X.
Okay. That's cool. Well, I appreciate you so much. I love having this conversation. I love that you're bringing the awareness to notaries that, you know, where is our time the most valuably spent? Is it spent on social media marketing? We know it's important, but if we're not good at it, if it doesn't come easy, if we have no idea what we're doing, but we know if we want to be competitive in this market as a notary, I don't care where you live. For the most part, you are in major competition with notaries in your community. How do you stand?
Yes,
It is not how you look. It is not what you drive. It is not where you live. It is literally how you show up on social media.
100%. And everyone, I've just noticed from the community engagement on Marketing for Notaries, when I'm scrolling through, everyone is stepping up their content. Everyone is starting
Mhm.
to get on this wave of taking social media seriously. So I think
Yep.
the earlier you start, the better and more ahead of the curve you are, you
Right.
know?
And I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, like Jen, like Katie's mom, I have done research into social marketing management teams, and I've seen the same numbers. And her offer is incredibly budget friendly. And I would not, if you're even kind of thinking about it, I would not sleep on at least having a conversation with her.
Yes, we do a discovery call before any contracts or anything is talked. We do a discovery call that will we go through everything. Well, it's
Right.
basically just us chit-chatting like this. What do you
Yeah.
need? What are you struggling with? And we just come to a solution for you.
Mhm. I
So
love
I
it.
don't want anyone to feel like, oh, like I don't want to be sucked into a contract right when I call her. That's never the case.
Right.
We will do a discovery call to be able to figure out what really is going to be beneficial for that person's business.
I love it. Katie,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I'm
Thank
excited.
you so
I'm
much.
excited for your career. And like I
You.
said before we started recording, I hope that I have a small part to play in this being your full-time gig, because what you're doing for your mom, I strongly believe that's not a one and done thing. I think that you have the talent and the drive to do that for everybody who gives you the opportunity to do it. So I'm excited to see your business grow. I really, really am.
Thank you so much. And I have to say, you do a really good job on your social media. I
Thank
stalk
you.
you a lot.
Thank you very much.
You do lots of stalking.
But don't be surprised when you get that discovery call request from me in a month
I
or
will take
year
it
or
in a
whatever,
heartbeat.
girl.
I
Yeah.
will drop everything I'm doing.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you again.
thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.
Wasn't that an awesome interview? Isn't Katie just amazing? I think the numbers that she has put up for her mom's social media accounts is something to be marveled at. And I hope that you guys will seriously consider talking to her and setting up some version of her offer for your social media so that you can be seen by the people who you want to see you. Of course, you guys can leave questions for me or questions for Katie in the description box. All of her contact information will be down there as well. And I'm just so proud of her and proud of what she's accomplished. And I can't wait to see where she goes. And hopefully you can help with that. But until next week, we'll see you later, guys. Bye.